Okay, so I'm actually gonna start this. I'm gonna start this live off with just some abundance vibrations. What you're listening to now is, hold on, let me get the exact frequency. Oh wait, what does it say? Was it prosperity and abundance meditation? And it's also going with Jupiter spin. So it's all good luck, all abundance. And I'm actually trying to drown out the party going on downstairs. But the one thing that I wanted to talk about in regards to mental health that continuously gets overlooked, especially in the Black community, is the fact that we actually need to heal from the pains of the past, because without healing, all you do is recycle it in different ways and in different parts of your life. So I actually am a very big advocate for mental health because I have been through so much. And unfortunately, the sources that I thought were reliable sources were just more part of the problem. Because again, I was living in a small town that, down south, that my mom's long-running boyfriend knew everybody. And like I said, if you know everybody, you can get away with anything. And nobody's gonna say shit out of fear of what, the repercussions of what's gonna happen to their family. So I learned very, very early on the importance of preserving your mental health. But unfortunately, I also found ways to preserve it by using drugs. And weed, baby, the weed that's out now is not the weed that I was smoking back then, okay? It's some different type of shit, okay? And I don't want no parts. So the coping mechanisms for me is very hard. It's very hard for me to cope sometimes because I don't have a blunt no more. And all I have is my thoughts and a piece of paper and a pen. And sometimes that's really all you need just to get everything out, to lift that weight that's heavy on your heart, because sometimes that weight just gets so heavy and you put it on other people. And you put it on other people by the actions that you by the way you treat them and what you do to them. And I refuse to be anyone's karma in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like it came to a point where I realized, like, not only was I not the best person that I thought I was, because there's always levels to evolution. I don't know what I thought, but I was stuck on this level, and I was wondering why the shit I was asking for wasn't equating with my life, because I had to heal the parts of me that were blocking me. And that's what's very, very important, because sometimes what's blocking you, I'm sorry, this music they just keep turning it up louder. Okay, sorry. What's blocking you is, hold on. What's blocking you is the pain that's still resonating in your heart space, the pain that is still being accumulated because you have yet to transmute that pain. The only thing that we really do when we don't heal, the thing we do is we pass trauma along to other people. And it can be as quick as disrespecting a woman who reminds you of your mother, or disrespecting a man who reminds you of your baby daddy. It's very quick actions. Don't ever think that trauma doesn't come in quick, And the one thing that I tried to do, I tried to run away from my problems. I really did. I thought that the distance was going to help heal, but unfortunately, the distance didn't mean shit. It really didn't mean shit. So I can be literally in the place and still heal, you know. But I chose to actually check myself into a mental health program, because when weight gets too heavy and your sources, your reliable sources, come with rules and stipulations that you just can't, you know, handle, you have to just remove yourself, okay? I had to do that for my own fucking brains, okay? Because it's very hard sharing a child with someone who resonates so heavily with people who disrespect you. And it's very hard because I chose this nigga. Very hard, okay? So it's one of those things where you have to face what you did. That's really what, and I really feel like this is what the 2020 self-reflection really is about. It's really about facing the life that you created up until this point. Because a lot of people are running away from their homes. A lot of children are running away from their homes, unfortunately. And a lot of people are running away from their life. And not only are they doing that, but they are creating more karmic consequences for their actions. And if you think me losing my car and my dog wasn't a karmic consequence, then that's a whole nother story, okay? Is everything that we do to try and delay this healing process, especially if you're high vibrational to begin with. The more that you do, the quicker the karmic consequences happen. And that's what you have to realize. Karma, this number, 2020, this astrological year, karma is very instant, very, very instant. So the focus should be on healing the pain, not trying to get, people to like just be on your side. That's the one thing I struggle with being a Leo, is because I always felt like no matter what I did, people just didn't vibe with me. So I actually lowered myself just to get company. And then I quickly realized the company that I was asking for really wasn't company in the first place, you know? It was just a placeholder for trauma transmutation. And I really feel like the people that we surround ourselves around are really a reflection of us. They really are a reflection of us. And I look at all the people that I used to be around and the places where I used to go, and I really see that I am doing a lot better than I thought I was. I keep being so hard on myself. Like I said, my Chiron is in Virgo, okay? So I'm very, very hard on myself and very hard on other people. So I try my hardest to have a light heart with myself, because had I had known the extent of the bullying, the extent of the plotting and the ploys of the town that I was in, had I had known the extent of everything that was going on, I would have been left. But I unfortunately did not have the confidence in myself and the knowing in myself that I was loved. So I kept trying to find it outside of myself. And it kept popping up in partners who didn't love me, if you understand what I'm saying. So that wanting the self-love and searching for that self-love in other people eventually just caused me to force me to love myself. Literally forced me to love myself, which I honestly feel like is a blessing. I honestly feel like I'm in a very blessed position right now. But finances are a little fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. My finances are a little fucked up. And I don't have a car. But baby, I'm blessed. Okay? So one thing that I want to talk about is the The idea that healing is like this bad thing, or the idea that healing is hard, it is a choice. It's honestly a choice, and if you are making that decision, you have to choose people around you who are actively choosing to heal as well, because they will bring you back down to that lower vibration. And that's the last thing you need right now during this time in August, baby. The last thing you need is to be brought back down to a level that you already conquered and got over, you know? So one thing that I wanted to explain about mental health is that caring for your mental health is never selfish, no matter what people try to tell you, even if you have kids, because people in my family tried to make me feel bad about getting my mental together. But how am I a bad mother if I choose to heal myself and to heal my mind to better take care of my child? You know, it's certain things that you have to realize that people will try to block you and try to manipulate you just to keep you at a certain level. Never forget that, especially the people that you met from 2020 and in the past, because like I said, if they are not on that path, if they are not on that that wave of ascension, you do not need to be around them. You need to limit your contact as little as possible, and just pray for their soul, baby. Because the one thing that you have to realize is we are alive here for a reason. We are all here for a reason. And when you stray from that path, when you stray from you know when you stray from the path that God has designed for you, and you start entertaining bullshit, you get swept up, okay? And it's not no jokes. It's like, this year is not a fucking game for anybody, okay? For anybody. And the one thing that you have to really do is shed the illusions of healers. You really have to shed that illusion of the high priestess with the gown and the head wraps. And that's beautiful. Not disrespecting anyone who feels that that's what it is. But healers come in many shapes and forms. And you have to realize that there are certain people who are put on this planet to raise the vibration of this planet at this time. What you realize when you look around, we're getting hit from all angles at all times since the start of 2020. Actually, since November of 2019, for real. And when you're being hit from all angles, and you got your own personal problems, you got life problems, you got everything's just hitting you. It fucks with your mental health. And when you feel like I felt that I did not have people on my side, people who genuinely wanted to be there for me, it really messes with you psychologically. In addition to the bullying and the uniting to try to destroy my mental, baby. It's one of those things that I honestly appreciate happened this year. I appreciate that it happened this year, and I'm gonna say because it pushed me closer to realizing who the fuck I am and who the fuck and what the fuck I'm here for, you know. And I just want to say, everybody who is existing on this earth right now is existing on this earth for a reason, and you have to figure out that reason, and you have to realize that the healers are going through shit too. Ultimately, the healers go through shit too. But don't ever put anyone on a pedestal. I feel like that's really the overall view of this year, because the people who are put in these high positions are just not it, okay? And one thing that you have to realize is that your mental health during this time, during all this craziness, is number one, and should be of highest priority before your rent, before a birthday, before anything, because nobody's gonna give a fuck about your mental health but you. And you have to realize that, because these systems put in place, these drugs and these these systems to help the mental have never helped. They've only put you deeper in the web. And what you have to realize is, sobriety for me is scary, but I'm over a month now. Over a month, no weed. I'm doing all right. I still want a blunt every once in a while, but I honestly feel like it's the best choice for me right now. It really is, because I can finally see. I feel like I can see everyone for who they are now, officially. Like it's gotten to a point where I can categorize the people that I've met and just put them as experiences for my ascension. That's what really helps me out. Put people that hurt you as experiences for your ascension, because carrying that weight of the damage that they've done, that they don't give a fuck about, it's gonna bury you. It's really gonna bury you. So in order for you to really start appreciating yourself again, it's necessary to do the self-love and the healing. And like I said, the healing work is no joke. It's really no joke. And it's not for the faint of heart at all. It's really not. Because to unearth, the pains and the traumas and everything, to unearth all of that and to still choose to be happy, still choose life and abundance, that's what it really is. That's what it's really about. Because we all go through shit. We all go through shit. What happened to me is not an isolated incident. Not saying everybody in the world has been through what I've been through, but we all experience life, and we all have a general way of learning through experiences. And I honestly feel that had I known who I was years ago, of course I would be in a better position, but I wouldn't be right here right now with y'all. And I appreciate that 100%, because I don't know where I would be. I honestly don't know where I would be, but I do know that I wouldn't be right here. And I'm in a blessed spot, so I definitely ain't got no complaints, baby. But healing is definitely a choice. So if you're on the healing path, put yourself around people who are also on the path of healing, because you're trying to convince somebody who don't want to do the work to do the work is just going to frustrate you, frustrate them, and then they just going to resent you. So you just have to let them know, like, I am choosing to heal myself, not deal with what happened to me and make coping mechanisms. Everybody don't want to do that. I did that for years, and that shit did not fucking work for me. Some things work for others, and some things fucking don't. It don't work for me. I need to actually understand that what happened to me is not my fault. What happened to me is God designed it, the experiences, so I can then teach others how to heal themselves as well. And I honestly, truly, truly feel that we are all natural born healers. I feel like we all have the ability to heal ourselves, but it's just the strength and the wanting, honestly. So caring for your mental health should always be the number one priority before worrying about Epstein Island and all that other shit, okay? We already know what the fuck's been going on. If you've been following shit since 2009. You already know all the shit, you know? So it's like, you know, we're in 2020 now, okay? And karma is instant, baby. Karma is instant right now. We do not have to play God. All we have to do is be God's children and heal ourselves. This is the perfect opportunity for Black people to unearth and realize that we have never, ever, ever been given this opportunity ever in life. Ever. Ever in the history of America. We have never been given the opportunity to sit our Black ass down in the fucking house. So take this time to figure out who you are and figure out what you really want. Because do you really want to be a Geico employee forever? That's just your life? That's it? And these are things that you really have to think about, because these companies were built on bad morals. And when they come down, it's everything's coming down. So you have to understand that these places that y'all really feel energetically responsible to uphold, these $1 million, $1 billion companies that you feel obligated to uphold, they don't give a fuck about you. They really don't. They don't even give y'all hazard pay. Y'all been working since Corona started and y'all still don't have hazard pay. Why? Because they don't give a fuck. They are billionaires, baby. They don't give a fuck about you. So you have to realize what you're energetically putting over yourself. Yourself. Not even about the dollar. You're putting it over yourself, baby. And this is the one thing Black people have to realize, is that we, again, have been gifted this time from God. I don't care what the government says, baby. This is from God. So you need to recognize the signs and start a prayer. Start praying, baby. Because one thing that God is desperately wanting us to do is recognize Him. That's it. And I have to learn that too. I have to learn to sit and be still, because I've always been taught to just go get it. Get up, go get it. But what I'm learning is that abundance comes to you. Okay? You don't have to chase the bag. The bag comes to me, baby. Okay? Every time. And it's a big bag. But you have to realize that this position that we have been gifted is divine, okay? I don't care what the government says about these the checks and the you know, the corona and everything and staying in the house. Nobody on this earth is above God. So y'all really give the government way too much credit for God's work. And you have to realize that that's really the government's plan, is to play God. But they will never be matched. And one thing you have to realize is these government appointed officials also don't give a fuck about your Black ass. So at what point are you going to care about your mental health, care about what you can accumulate and what you can grow for yourself? At what point? Because right now we all in the house, we could sit and plan out our life for the future. We have time, but everybody's rushing to go back to work. You see what I'm saying? All this abundance in the world, all this beauty, and we're still rushing to go back to work. Okay? I feel like it's a lot of things that people are going to realize by the end of the year, and some people are going to realize a little too late that these companies don't give a fuck, and the government wants you just alive enough to use you. They don't really want you here, your black ass. They really don't want you here, for real, for real. They just want to use your energy enough, and then discard you when they're done. Okay, and it's one of those things, the hard reality that we all have to face. That we have to start caring for ourselves. We have to start honoring God, and in whatever way you choose to honor God. Like I said, the person I pray to don't judge, and he is in many facets of life. He is in Buddhism, he is in Christianity, he is in Islam. He is all encompassing. So like I said, my God don't judge. He goes with people's needs, but he is still ever present. And one thing about this 2020 is that connecting to God, connecting to yourself, and self-care and self-love are going to be a consistent theme for at least the next 2-3 years. It's going to be a consistent theme, and you'll start to realize who's who. You'll start to realize who wants to do the work, who wants to do this this healing, and who wants to just get a bag and stun on niggas. Like, it's so sad that we're still trying to convince black people to stop stunting on their people, but apparently the messages never go through. But yeah, one day very quickly, y'all are gonna realize just how little these corporations give a fuck. Okay, and if you already dive deep into that BLM web, you already know what I'm talking about with the companies. Okay. And one thing that black people have to realize is that supporting other black people will never hurt you. Supporting another black person, even in your field or out of your field, it will never hurt you. It will only benefit your people. And that's a hard concept for black people to understand because of slavery, because of the things that we have been through, because of the things that we have never healed from, the things that our grandparents have never healed from, the things that our grandparents have had to deal with and never got to heal from. That's the thing. When we sit in this house and we evaluate our lives, we have to evaluate everything that we learned from our grandparents to our parents, everything. And we have to really rework our brain and figure out who we want to be. This is the year to figure out who you want to be. It's not the year to stun on niggas. And it's so weird. It's like, I get it, but this is the year of real self-reflection, self-healing, and self-love. Because when you, if you don't have that and you don't have that strength, you will fall for the tricks that are about to be played. So one thing that you have to realize is the abundance is ever so present in all aspects of life. Abundance is here, and don't think that supporting another black person will make you any less abundant, make you any less successful, make you any less appreciated in this world. And I feel like I said, that has to stem from slavery because of the field nigga, house nigga dynamic. And I really feel like that was it was a lot of psychological damages, baby, with them slave masters, okay? But I'm trying to focus on what we did to each other, because once we see how we treat each other, we can actually see how white people are treating us. Okay, so the one thing about that mentality, it's one of favoritism, because of how you look. Okay? So again, we see all the time. When we close our eyes, we still see. You know what I'm saying? Like we are very visual beings on this earth, amongst other animals and things and all that. So one thing you have to realize is what we see is has a part in our experiences in life. So one thing that hindered us with slavery is seeing the favoritism towards white people, because that started us wanting the acceptance of white people. And I honestly, truly believe that that wanting that acceptance is why we turn on each other so quick, so fucking quick. What you don't realize is that there are black women who have the ability to grow their own boobs, their own butt. We are spending thousands of dollars to look like our fucking selves and dying on the table to look more like our fucking selves. White people have us so confused that we don't even see what the fuck we're doing to ourselves. And they're just eating it up, baby. They're eating it up. This is why this time of self-reflection, this time of self-evaluation is definitely needed. It's definitely needed. And it's one of those things that is not talked about because they're hitting us so hard at once, at all angles, at every angle. And this is the time to trust God and trust that you are here for a reason. And it's time to really figure out what that reason is. That's why I'm so adamant about exploring your own natal charts, exploring yourself, and exploring your natural abilities. And one of mine has always been speaking. I don't know why people look up to me. It puts a lot of pressure on me, and it really makes me feel uncomfortable. But I honestly feel like what I say helps people. And that's really ultimately it. That's the ultimate goal. Because how selfish is it of me to have access to this knowledge on how to heal myself, and I'm just hoarding it? What benefit do I get from that? I actually get more benefit sharing and expressing myself than hoarding information and giving little dropping seeds, It's just one of those things that it just comes naturally to me. So I honestly feel this year you should not be focused on the bag, and you should really focus on community and helping your black brothers and sisters. Because even if you are in a blessed position, like I'm in a blessed position, but I know people who are in even blessed positions than me, who are very well off, okay? But it's knowing that people in your community are not in certain positions that you're in, and it's knowing that and not choosing to do anything about it, or choosing to do something about it for a bag. You know what I'm saying? Because this year, I'm trying to tell you, this year is about your divinity, okay? And it's about showing who you are. And the last thing I'm gonna do is, fuck that up. I just don't want to do that. But one thing that I will say is keep your mental health number one. Keep it on top priority, because this year it ain't over, okay? And it's only gonna keep going up. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up. For the next 2 to 3 years, self-reflection, self-evaluation, and self-love are all gonna come into play. And if you are not in alignment with the high vibrations of who you truly are, which is a God being, black, white, Asian, it don't fucking matter. You are of God. And once you, if you stray from that, you will have consequences. You will have quick karmic consequences for it. So, keeping your spirits high with high vibrational music, keeping your spirits high with, like yoga and things like that, and just entertaining, healing the spirit and keep being one with spirit. It not only will help you during these years, during this time, but it will also in turn help others, if you understand what I'm saying. Because it's very hard for me to speak about things that I've been through. It's very hard for me to even be on this app right now. But I feel morally called to share my experiences because people are hurting. People are hurting. And I would love to help people in my town. I would love to. I wanted to open up a shop. I wanted to, do my tarot, just do everything and do like in-person readings and stuff. I would love to do that. But God said no. God said we should just stay in the house. So I have to actually figure out a way to continue to be myself, but do it on the internet. Okay? That's what I really have to do. And I honestly think that the self-evaluation, the self-reflection, when I'm public with it, I feel like it makes people more comfortable to speak about it, because this is something that nobody speaks on, nobody touches on. And if I'm one of 10 people in my town that's promoting it, baby, if I get one person to listen to me, that's it. It only takes one person. That's it. And I'ma still preach and I'ma still talk. So one thing, I keep saying one thing, but I just want y'all to focus on loving yourself and not seeking validation outside of yourself. Definitely do the self-love and the healing work, because you could easily fall into a trap. Okay, I'm going to bed now. I'm done talking. Bye.